Hello, welcome to the Echo Tips Podcast. In this week's episode, we're going to be taking a dive into music once again. And in particular, we're going to be taking a look at a new feature which allows you to share a song or a piece of music that you're listening to with a friend with an Amazon Echo device. And so before we get into that in any sort of detail, we're going to go to a brief message about our podcast, and then I'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by the New Vision program at Goodwill. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission services help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Welcome back to the Echo Tips Podcast. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be discussing sharing music that you're enjoying with others who have an Amazon Echo today. So that's a pretty neat feature. So in Season 1, and probably very likely Season 2, we discussed music, discovery options, services that you can utilize, perhaps Pandora, Spotify, Amazon Prime Music, Amazon Unlimited Music. But this feature in particular that we're going to discuss today is related to those that are using a form of Amazon Music. So that would either be if you are a Prime member, where you typically get the 2-day, whatever it is, free delivery on certain types of packages, and you get movies and TV shows for free, certain things. You also get a lot of free music as well, and stations and albums. Now, that is one case scenario. You could also have the total package, which is the Amazon Unlimited Music package, which pretty much allows you to listen to anything in their catalog. Now, in either case, if you're listening to a song or an album or a station and you find something you want to share, that's where this feature particularly applies. So it will not apply to if you're listening to Pandora or Spotify or some other third party at this time. Now, before I delve into this in any kind of great detail, I'd like to welcome our new listeners to our program, and we thank you for your listenership. If you're wondering what this podcast is all about, what we do is little tips and tricks. We try to keep it nuggetized and small about things you can do in your Amazon Echo, especially new features. This one we're covering today is a relatively new feature. I think it was featured maybe in Amazon's blog back in March and maybe February. So this is pretty cutting edge new information. Okay, so for our returning listeners, we'd like to welcome you back as well, and because of both of you, we've surpassed over 62,000 listens to our podcast. And at the end of our episode, we'll mention ways that you can reach out to us with maybe topics or suggestions, games, skills, and the like you'd like to see us cover in the future. All right, so let's delve right back into what we were doing, sharing music. Now, first off, I'm going to demonstrate this in just a few seconds. But if you have an Echo in hearing distance of me, you may want to shut its ears off because otherwise I might be tripping up your Echo at home. Okay? So I might just give you a second to do that. If you're listening to this podcast on that device, you should be just fine. But if you had another Echo in hearing distance, you may want to shut its ears off. Okay? So just give you a second to do that. Hopefully, uno momento. Okay? All right. Hopefully you're good to go. All right, so let's give this a try now. So the first thing you need to do is actually have a song playing. So let's try that first. Alexa, play Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
Thunderstruck by AC/DC on Amazon Music.
All right, so here's that music starting up. Very familiar probably. I'll let it get going. Okay, so let's say this is the song I want to share with somebody. Then all I need to say is, Alexa, share this song with Rita Ward.
Ready to send?
Yes.
Sending the song Thunderstruck by AC/DC to Rita Ward.
Alexa, stop. Okay, that's all there is to it, to sharing a song. Now it does require, I believe, for me and the person I'm talking to be enrolled in the Amazon communication system, so that I can send messages and things, and she can send messages back to me. And it'll appear on her Echo as a notification, and all she has to do is walk over to her Echo, say play a message. She'll probably see a visual prompt on the screen too if it's a show that has a screen on it. And then she'll hear, hey, Dave, wanted to share this song with you. Now, interestingly enough, if she did not have the corresponding service, like an Amazon Unlimited Music package, and it was an exclusive to that service, then she couldn't play it. It would try to, in turn, take that exact same song title and artist and try and, in turn, play it on whatever her default music provider was, perhaps Pandora, Spotify, and I think its final resort is it will just try and see if there's a free station on the Amazon service that has that song on it and perhaps play it there or something similar to it, I think. So that's basically how that works. So I make that demarcation because, I may have access with an unlimited music package to a song that, say, the other person has Prime Music, they may not have because they just have the freebie, music package. But it will make an effort to play it on their end. Now, after they play it, they'll be prompted to give it a rating or say, yes, that was pretty cool. Well, that basically brings our episode to a close. It's time to turn the ears back on your Echoes, start practicing some of the many things that you've learned. I'm David Ward for the New Vision program, and if you'd like to reach out to us, our new listeners or returning listeners, with an idea, a thought, a question, a topic you'd like to see us address, please reach out to us on Facebook or Twitter. You can look us up by Goodwill Industries of the Valleys, and you can find out more about our programs and services at the New Vision program at Goodwill by going to goodwillvalleys.com/newvision. That's all lowercase and no spaces. But it's time to start practicing those things that you've been learning, and we thank you for listening.
Thanks, Dave. In conclusion, let me tell you a thing or two. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys, and it is also made possible in part by a grant from Community Foundation serving Western Virginia. And there's more. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. For more information, check out our website at goodwillvalleys.com/newvision, with no spaces. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission programs help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Thanks for listening.